But I love you. I love you.
Adele?
My husband.
Courage, Adele, courage.
Come in.
What's the meaning of this?
I love Paul. We're going away. I know you'll say go. Go to your happiness. Goodbye, dear. Aren't you going to say anything? Not even one word after all these years?
Goodbye, and may heaven bless you.
Darling, nothing could ever have taken me away from you except a greater love. And that's all Paul has, love.
Then probably you'll need a little money?
Yes, I'm afraid we'll need your help until Paul gets a job.
All that I have is yours, for the asking.
That's great. We'll keep in touch with you.
No, 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 lady. No, 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 no.
What's the matter, Mr. Harrison?
Of all the unbelievable plays, unnatural flat tire. A husband who allows a lover to walk off with his wife and offers to finance the honeymoon. The husband ought to be the hero in this play.
He is. Does he have to be a prize fighter or a gunman?
Well, he don't have to be a worm.
I wrote this play from life.
Oh, madam, they don't make 'em that way.
Oh, don't say. Boy, go and call my husband, Mr. Martin.
You're lucky you don't have to wear shoes that hurt your feet.
Mr. Martin, your wife wants you.
She does? Yeah. What is it, darling?
Mr. Harrison, I want you to meet the man who inspired the climax of my play. My husband, Mr. Martin. Why, Edward, where are your shoes?
Oh, when you sent for me, dear, I hurried right in.
It's a good thing you weren't taking a bath.
Edward, I sent for you to settle an argument. If you came home one night and found me in the arms of another man and I told you I loved him, wouldn't your natural impulse be to say, sweetheart, I love you too much to stand in the way of your happiness? Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you?
Well,
You don't have to answer. I can see what he'd do.
I thought it my duty to show it to you, sir. I've been in the family so many years.
I can't talk any louder, dear. He's in the house. I love you, Paul. You know I do. No.
Jenkins, it's true. Every word of it. I heard her say she loves it.
It's you I love, Paul. Yes, that's better. That makes 3 lines we changed. I have them marked. Will you be right over? Thanks.
My poor boy. May I suggest, sir, that you do what your father would have done?
What, shoot myself?
Oh, no, sir. The actor. Must I remind you, sir, that the code of the Martins is an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
So glad you've come. I've been waiting.
Thanks, I'm awfully glad to be here.
It's he, sir. They're sneaking into the living room. In the World War, sir, who was the first to set foot on the soil of France? A Martin.
Yes.
In the Spanish-American War, who was the first to volunteer? A Martin.
Yes.
And in the Civil War, who was the first to enlist? A Martin on both sides.
Yes.
And you, sir, as a Martin, what are you going to do?
Jenkins?
Fainted! What happened? A gun accidentally discharged, and the master fainted.
What was that noise?
Oh, just a flat tire.
I kill him?
No, sir. No, sir. The revolver accidentally discharged, sir, and you fainted.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, give me that thing before someone gets hurt.
Hey, old pal.
Hello, Charlie.
You read it? You're going to do exactly what I knew you'd do.
Do what?
Shoot that parlor weasel.
I was just going to...
Never mind the details. I knew you'd do it.
You did?
Certainly. And do you know what that gang at the club had the nerve to say? They said that you were a jellyfish, a weak worm, and a dirty coward.
They did?
Yes, and that you'd be perfectly willing to be the laughing stock of the town.
They did.
And they also said that you were just the type that would allow a man to come into his home and break it up and not do a thing about it.
They did they? They did, huh? They did. I'll give that paper something to print. They did, a jellyfish, a weak worm.
You mustn't. You mustn't.
But I love you. I love you.
He is my husband.
Yes, but you love me.
What's the meaning of this?
I love Paul. We're going away. I know you'll say go. Go to your happiness. Goodbye, dear. Nothing could ever have taken me away from you except a greater love. And that's all Paul has. Love.
Then you'll probably need a little money?
Yes, I'm afraid we'll need your help until Paul gets a job.
All that I have is yours for the asking.
You're the sweetest, most generous husband that a wife ever left. Come, Paul.
The boys at the club are right.
Edward! You played that scene like a professional actor. It's the best rehearsal we've ever had. Tell the truth. Didn't you really believe for a minute that I was leaving you?
Weren't you?
See, Paul? That proves my third act's true to life.
That stage director doesn't know what it's all about.
Neither do I. I'm a little mixed up myself.
Let's show Ed the dance we're putting on in the second scene of the first act.
Of course.
Oh, and you turn on the phonograph, Ed, and you'll like this.
The phonograph. The phonograph.
They're playing the phonograph. Music? Yes. Maybe he's turned it on to cover up the sound of the shot.
That's using the head. Something's gone wrong.
Maybe he shot the master.
If he has, he'll have to answer to me.
Well, Charlie. Second scene, the first act. Sit down, watch.
this has gone far enough. It's disgraceful.
Now, don't let you be seen, Charlie.
We've already had one, and I'm not going to stand by and let them make a fool of you. If she were my wife, I'd...
What are you insinuating?
Tell him, Eddie. It's your wife.
Well, you see, Charlie thought that, well, of course, I don't believe it, but, well, you know what the paper said this morning.
Enough of this. I see what's in your mind, Mr. Edward Martin. So that's why you've been acting so strangely. Oh, Paul.
Don't weaken, Eddie.
Now, Adele,
Don't
touch that! Steady, Eddie. Don't interrupt the Joe.
If you think you can get away with this and stop the performance of my play, you're crazy. There isn't a husband living that can do it.
Adele? Now what does a husband do?
May I suggest,
Get me another.
Darling, I am leaving you forever. Goodbye. How's that?
Good.
Resigning.
Oh, why should I sign it? She won't think it's from the butler.
Well, I'll put it again so she can see it. Now let's call the club.
Huh? The club, huh? Good old club, huh?
Good old Eddie.
Good old Charlie.
What time is it?
Thursday.
Where are we? On a boat?
Oh, what do you mean in a boat?
Everything's rocking like a boat. We're at the club. I told you I'd get you here. I don't even remember leaving home. I don't remember anything.
Something wrong at home, Jenkins?
you are home, sir.
How did we get home?
You never left, sir.
Can you imagine that, huh? Hey. Oh. Charlie, listen. Darling, I'm leaving you forever. Goodbye. Charlie. She's left me.
What of it? She'll come back. If she doesn't, what of it?
She used to call me baby.
Oh! Oh!
No, Paul. It's you I love. Forever.
You're wonderful.
Aren't you forgetting yourself? Have you lost your senses entirely? You must be crazy.
I am. I'm crazy about you.
Don't be absurd.
Eddie, you're making a mistake coming here.
Charlie, old fella, I can't leave for the West without one last look at it.
All right, I've warned you.
I can't go on with it. Although I have not the right, I love you.
There's a guy that's wrapped up in his work. You would be too if you had his job.
see. I guess all that stuff in the newspapers was true about Ed Martin and...
After that kiss, you'll be giving a lot of shows for charity. Paul, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to kiss you, dear.
Hey, that's my hat. Oh, hello, Martin. It's a good show, ain't it?
It's great. Hello. Police headquarters. Ed Martin talking. Send a bunch of men over to the Savoy Theater right away. A murder case.
I can't go through with it, Paul.
Why should you sacrifice your happiness on a man you no longer love?
Adele?
My husband.
Courage, Adele. Courage.
Stay over there, I'll smack you down.
Come in.
What's the meaning of this?
Go ahead.
Fine.
Your eyes do not deceive you.
Your eyes do not deceive you.
It's the old story.
Husband or no husband, you can't get away with that.
Why, you little shrimp, who do you think you are pulling that stuff with me? I have a notion to break every bone in your body. That's what I thought.
Little shrimp, huh?
Where's the murder?
You're a little early.
If you was going to change the show, why didn't you let me know?
Oh, isn't this terrible?
No, it's great. Whose idea is it?
My husband.
You little shrimp.
Douse those stage lights. It's great.
Turn on those lights. Folks, Mrs. Martin and I feel that inasmuch as as I've said before,
Edward, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to kiss you, dear.